Well, this is another one of those scoops that you go, duh. Let's break down the latest news about Hugh Jackman, Secret Wars, and why this isn't a scoop, but a prediction fans have been making for a long time. Well, we got a pretty interesting report earlier today, and it's something many people have talked about over the last couple of years, so I don't really want to consider it a scoop, but it is interesting it's bubbling back up to the surface. Now, we've known for a while that Hugh Jackman will indeed return as Wolverine in Deadpool 3, and since day one, fans have speculated where the character will ultimately land and if there's any role for him moving forward. Now, the actor has said forever that he always wanted to join the MCU and be part of the bigger team. And it appeared all chances of that were gone when he hung up the claws after Logan, but now that he's back, what is the possibilities? Well, we've got a new scoop that comes via Daniel Rickman, but honestly guys, this is one of those duh moments that I can't hardly even call a scoop. Now, what Rickman claims is that Jackman has met with Kevin Feige prior to the strike to discuss the future of the character, and he might have a quote big role in Secret Wars. Now, honestly, I hear this and I just throw my hands up in the air because this is something we've been talking about for a really long time, and sadly, there's no way to validate whether any of this is true. We know Jackman has had conversations with Marvel, he's back in the suit and part of Deadpool 3, so I'm sure if there's any possibility of him being in Secret Wars, they probably would have talked about it. Now, if you remember correctly, Ryan Reynolds asked Hugh Jackman if he wanted to play Wolverine one last time, and he said sure, meaning it's totally unclear whether Jackman intends on returning the character for the long run, or if this will be a farewell tour across the MCU for Wolverine and it'll be recast after the rest of the X-Men show up in the MCU. Now, what do I think? Well, I think from day one, many of us have been talking about the possibilities of Jackman sticking around after Deadpool 3, and more importantly, being part of Secret Wars. He has made it super clear for a really long time he would love to suit up with the likes of many of those MCU actors and wanted to be part of the grander MCU. Since it appears Marvel Studios will be doing somewhat of a soft reboot after Secret Wars, well, this would be the opportunity for Jackman to step in there, but I do think going down the road, we're likely to see some different faces playing the character, but not for a little while. This is one of those scoops and stories that when they come up, I just shake my head. Ultimately, I think this is just basically a let's predict something that fans have been talking about for months, isn't a surprise at all, and reference something that can never be validated because nobody will ever confirm if this meeting happened or not. Fans have long speculated the complete role that Jackman has in the upcoming MCU and whether this would be one or done or if he would continue on. We know that Deadpool 3 is leading directly into Secret Wars with its multiverse shenanigans, and as I look at it from up above, this is simply a 1 + 1 = 2, and there's no real scoop or story because none of this can be validated, proven, and if some of it comes true, there's a lot of room to claim victory. I'm pretty much skeptical of any scoop that's super predictable. This definitely falls into that category, and since we'll never get any validation one way or another, who's to say? If Jackman did discuss this before the strike, we'll have to see if it matters after, and if it never comes true, well, we'll never know if it happened or not. Honestly, I think Logan shows up in Secret Wars. Many fans want to see him and some of the other X-Men as part of this grander showdown, and ultimately I think Marvel is going to give fans exactly what they want. But we're going to have to wait and see.